Alright, take three, me. So, VRChat, right? We know that game. It's the one where you can be literally anything you want. Even a job application or a normal member of society. But I want to talk about a very specific game on there. Gigas. It's a raid boss game. You can either be the raid boss or you can be a part of a team of 30 where the 30 players goal is to stop the one player from winning and vice versa. I think I don't think I used that right. The Gigas wants to also stop the humans from winning, the 30 players. Anyways, so there's four Gigases. Boreas has wind bombs. Zeus has bomb enhancing turrets. Pillars. I should just call them pillars. Prometheus has laser pillars that shoot lasers that instantly kill you, and they rotate counterclockwise and clockwise. Why did I say it like that? At one turret, goes counterclockwise. One turret goes clockwise. You can tell which of these turrets goes which way, depending on which side of which side are they. On your right will be your clockwise turret. On your left is your counterclockwise turret. Have fun. Then Astraeus has little spinny discs that stay on the field forever, and you have to hit them with bombs to make them ricochet off of each other. And when they ricochet off of each other, they go super fast. So, now that the general gist of it is explained, what do the players do? There's two things they can do. They can use the small turrets, or they can run across the arena field and reach the jump pads to use big turrets. These big turrets allow you to, one, level up, and two, uh, inflict big damage. Now, I'm going to divide this up into player issues and Gigas issues. Player issues first. I feel like there is a lack of teamwork. Now, obviously, I don't expect it to be like a fucking raid boss or anything where, oh, only one person can do this one thing, and then this person has to go do that thing, and they all have to coordinate and do all these separate things to, make the boss take 12 more damage or whatever. Because that's a little stupid. Especially in a game like VRChat. However, I do wish there were more ways to interact with the boss's mechanics other than dodge the bomb's forehead. Basically, all the players do is either stand next to the turrets, the small turrets, and have them fire, or run across the bomb field to get a chance to do big damage and level up. Now, the problem is, the damage of the small turrets scales off of the level of the player who's standing on it. So in reality, those two choices are actually just one choice disguised as two. Because the only way to level up is either wait till overtime, which if you do that, you're probably going to lose, or run across the bomb field and use the jump pads. And the thing is, you're actually actively discouraged from using the small turrets because of the fact that there is a multiplier on the turrets that reduces their damage. Now, of course, you can always go into the advanced settings of the game and change that, but no lobby does that because they just know it's going to lead to at least one person complaining, "Oh, it's so unfair, change the settings, ah!" and all this shit. So, how do we give the players more to do other than run in a straight line and dodge the bombs? Well, obviously, there's probably a few things that you could do. I could say give the players a shop in their spawn where if they have enough human levels, they can buy items that help out during the fight, such as, I don't know, a magic wand that allows you to drag people away from the bombs, or an item that allows you to move faster, or or maybe even an item that allows you to take one hit from a bomb without dying. Now, of course, there is a minor problem with all of this. The fucking music just kicked on. Sorry. But there is a major problem with this idea. Because once again, it is just run at the objective. Just run at the fucking bounce pad. We want to give the players something else to do other than run at the bounce pad. Something that encourages teamwork. So, what could we do? Maybe we could have certain spots on the ground where if you have enough people who stand in those spots, it starts generating a level or two for those people who are standing in that spot. Now, of course, the interval between gaining levels would probably be another setting that you could change in the advanced settings. But there's a fucking gnat. There should be, I'm just gonna say it straight, the interval between leveling up should be about 5 to 10 seconds from these spots, about the same as the interval between leveling up in overtime. Now, the reason why I say this is because, one, these circles would probably require a certain number of players to be standing in that same spot, equivalent to a certain amount of players in the lobby. So say there's 30 players, maybe a single circle requires 6 players to be standing in it, and it only gives levels to those 6 players. But essentially, yeah, that's kind of my idea of, hey, here's something you can do that isn't just run at jump pad and press big button. Another thing I could suggest is maybe make it so that there's like ads, mobs, whatever you want to call them. Small minion enemies that, can appear on the sides of the arena, and there's, small turrets on the sides of the arena that you can use to shoot down the minions. And whenever you shoot down a minion, it gives you a level. This gives you something else to do during the fight that, you know, if the Gigas is distracted with, you know, handling other players on the field, you can probably like snipe down one or two of those minions and then proceed to dodge more bombs, of course. Anyways, those are just propositions for, you know, how they could improve the human side experience. Then let's talk about the GIGAS side. I will say it here, I can probably just make a personal tier list using this video, and it will probably not change. So, 1 minute actually proceeds to take 3 hours making a fucking tier list. Google Drawings, my beloved, reveal thyself. God, I suck at typing. Click, click, stick. It's fun to rock. Alright. Boop. S A B C F. This is a very, very basic tier list. Boop source. Display capture. Display monitor. Oh dear God, I've made a mistake. I am so sorry, viewers. You go in the corner. Alright, so at S tier, I'm going to put boop. Boop. Boreas, or whatever it's called. I have to remember that it doesn't have a wiki. I could probably make a wiki for this game. But Boreas is an S tier because of the fact that they have so many bombs that it feels a little unfair to even exist on the battlefield. Reason I say this: 4 wind bombs, 4 normal bombs, and 2 slow bombs is a horrible, devious combo. There have been times where in lobbies I play with my friends, lobbies I play with other people, I have gotten so many undeserved kills and wins by just throwing bombs everywhere. Just no thought behind it. Just, okay, here's a bomb, here's a bomb, here's a bomb, here's a bomb. It is pretty much just spamming projectiles down a choke point in Team Fortress 2. In A tier, we have Prometheus. Was that the fucking gnat again? Where? Anyways, Prometheus. Laser turrets are very fun, but if used evilly, can just shut down most of the map, preventing players from even leaving spawn. So, the thing about this is, Prometheus's lasers, I already mentioned that one goes clockwise, the other goes counterclockwise. If you use it correctly, then there is pretty much no opportunity to slip in for a sneaky jump pad. So it just completely halts player team progress. Or human team progress, I should say. And if positioned correctly, it can even stop players from using the small turrets, which is a little funny, because that's kind of the point of the small turrets, to be something to do when you can't get to those jump pads. But yeah, and honestly, in my opinion, although these two are the most, powerful, they're also very clearly the most fun ones. In B tier, Astreus or whatever. He's the one with the spinny tops that, ricochet off of every wall and shit. He's really cool. We love playing as him. However, due to the nature of his ability, he's probably one of the more balanced characters, and one of the only ones that actually feels like a raid boss. Because there are specific mechanics to avoid that are active at all times. And the boss can interact with these mechanics to change how they work for a short time, making it so that the boss can engage with his own mechanics, while the players have to adapt and move to effectively dodge said mechanics, as well as having to constantly pay attention to said mechanics. These aren't something as simple as a laser turret that spins around for a few seconds and then despawns, and it's not as simple as another bomb. It is a ever-constant, ever-present threat. And that's what makes fighting Astreus very, very fun. But I can also imagine Astreus players being very fucking angry when their little discs are stuck in a corner somewhere because 3 discs decided to go where in the same spot, and they are just not moving now. They kind of just lose their gimmick if they can't hit their blade discs. And then finally, ignore that I misspelled Zeus. Whoa. I clicked the wrong thing, chat. I did not mean to click that. Fuck off, Xbox Game Bar. Anyways, then finally, Zeus. Not only are they complex, but sometimes their gimmick can be completely nullified due to the fact that hitboxes are fucking wonky in this game. So, let me explain. Like I said, his ability is he can place down pillars for a short temporary amount of time that buffs the power of his bombs. Slow bombs become black holes, and normal bombs have extended range. Very simple in concept. And very simple in practice too, you know? It's just that it is a mechanic where the players, the humans, don't have to engage with it. They just have to stay away from it, while the boss themselves essentially loses their ability if they do that, because if they stay out of range of those funny little towers, well, guess what? They either have to use their objectively worse than in tower range bombs, or wait until one of the players is like, alright, whatever, and rushes through the tower fields. Which, if they're rushing through the tower fields, no matter how fast you place down a bomb, it's not gonna catch them. Not unless it's a gravity bomb, because I should mention that the slowing bombs do explode faster than the normal bombs. So, as fun as Zeus can be, not very effective. Not very effective at all. But yeah. So, on a scale of, power, Boreas and Prometheus are your strongest two characters. Or, Boreas, Gigas is. However, in order of fun, Boreas takes first place, Astraeus takes second place, Prometheus, then Zeus. However, we would be removing the entire C tier. So, let me just... For... glory... Duplicate tab. Wait, I might be stupid. That goes straight to my drive. And then for fun. S tier, obviously Boreas, because funny bombs. You can just infinitely throw bombs and get kills. A is going to be Prometheus. And Zeus, because I think those two are probably more engaging ones. Actually, wait, no. I have to say this. Boreas and Astraeus, or whatever the fuck it is. Astraeus. So, in my opinion, S rank is going to be the most fun you have as Gigas. Boreas is able to just spam projectiles. Astraeus has those constantly spinning spinners of death and doom and despair that you can make go even faster with your bombs. You know, it completely shifts how you play Gigas. Prometheus and Zeus, a little less fun, but can still be fun. However, power ranking, this is their power ranking, obviously. So, if I were to give... Oh, 1 minute. Display capture, go away. Bang. If I were to actually go out of my way to say, hey, let's make a new GIGAS, here's my idea for one, alright? What if we took the same example of... I mean, not take the same example. What if we, followed in Astreus's footsteps and made another one with an ever-present mechanic that the players have to work around to reach the objective? Introducing my idea. Gaia, or whatever the fuck, some kind of Earth-based one. Essentially, their whole gimmick is every few seconds there will be terrain on the map, like as soon as they spawn in, obviously. But the terrain on the map will shift. Like, turrets can be misplaced, like moved around. There will be walls that appear that can block projectiles or block progress. There will be ramps that that players can use to either jump over bombs or run away from bombs. Just a bunch of things you could do. But Gaia, or whatever you would call it, I'm just calling it Gaia because that's the only Earth god name I'm thinking of at the moment, would be able to have specific bombs that can blow up these structures that randomly appear, like those ramps or walls or whatever. And when they blow up those walls, it sends out shrapnel in a direction. And according to where the bomb is positioned to the structure, whatever, or that's not important. What's important is being able to blow up those structures to, one, give the boss some control over the arena that they're making, or, using as their main ability, as well as, making what the players would assume is a quick ticket to dodge a bomb or something into suddenly a not so very safe area. Now, of course, there is a lazier way of implementing this. You could always just give the character, like, a certain amount of bombs that can just place down structures that do nothing except block bombs. But when they get hit by a bomb, they shatter and shoot out shards of dirt or whatever, and it hits people and stuff. But I feel like that's boring, and having an ever-present threat is also very fun. Because imagine this. Bowling alley. There's ramps. They can either be facing the GIGAS or facing the players. You can roll bombs up the ramps so that they can just fly forward farther or whatever, Just ideas. I think the Earthbreaker bombs would obviously be, like, drill-shaped, kinda. I would want them to be drill-shaped, because I think it's funny. And, you toss that towards one of those structures on the map, it flattens the area there out, but shoots out, projectiles. Whatever. The main thing is the constantly morphing arena, just to constantly mess with players, constantly keep them on their toes and all that. I just think it would be interesting. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this one. See ya.